In Dazzling Dames of Broadway, you'll have the opportunity to look into the lives and great performances of some of the most gifted female singing and dancing actresses to grace the Broadway stage. What's fascinating is that some of them performed into their 90s, like Angela Lansbury and Chita Rivera, who recently passed away in January. Others, like Carol Channing and Elaine Stritch, performed into their 80s. And both Patti LuPone and Bernadette Peters, both now in their 70s, are still bringing their talents to the stage, in concerts, or in cabaret shows. Now, I'm going to cover these leading ladies mainly in chronological order. So we'll start with those who emerged in the 1930s and 40s, such as Ethel Merman, most famous for Annie Get Your Gun, Call Me Madam, and Gypsy, and Mary Martin, most well known for South Pacific, Peter Pan, and The Sound of Music. Then we'll be moving into the 1950s and the emergence of such stars as Julie Andrews, most famous on Broadway for My Fair Lady and Camelot, also, of course, becoming a superstar in films with the movie version of The Sound of Music, etc. And as we travel through the years, I'll also feature several lesser-known women performers who worked steadily on Broadway, but never found superstardom, even though in my estimation, they truly deserved it, such as Donna Murphy and Marin Mazzie. And after you see the video clips I've selected of them performing, especially if you're not familiar with them, I think you will also agree with my assessment of their talent. We'll also take an up-close and personal look at relatively more recent Broadway babies, to quote a Stephen Sondheim lyric, you know, the song, I'm just a Broadway baby, etc. Well, among them will be Kristen Chenoweth, Sutton Foster, and six-time Tony Award winner Audra McDonald. And we'll have an overview of some of today's young female talent who light up the stage, sometimes even the silver screen, like Ariana DeBose, who recently won an Oscar playing Anita in the Steven Spielberg film remake of the landmark Broadway musical West Side Story. But it all started for her on Broadway. What I'm most excited about are some of the rare video clips I found, not only of these gifted ladies performing through the years, but at times revealing fascinating things about themselves when they're not being those divine divas who entertain with such magnetism and flair. So I hope you'll join me on this journey into the world of Broadway's dazzling dames. Thank you.